Ahem. Ahem. Carrying on. In Edgeworth... Oh, God, yes, we're hanging out in the lobby. Honestly, what the fuck were we doing hanging out in the lobby? Smuggling ring, Shasta Francesca. I must forget to think. Yes, that's right. Lang's off in the other country's embassy currently. I should speak to Francesca and... Your name's not Manny, but I keep wanting to call you Manny. It's like Callias. It's a weird name this guy has. Callias, Paliano. You've made so much progress in your investigation on such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I had requested, was cut down before it completed his task. Clover, hello. Oh yes, him. There's no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It was nothing. I simply made deductions based on the smuggled items I was following. Nathan's here. Yeah, not for long. He was here for like 10 seconds last stream. I know, a record for him lately, but... He said nothing and dipped, thinking, I don't know, maybe we wouldn't notice? I'm not sure what his plan was. You mean the Bobblese ink? Once again, I gotta figure out why that's so special. Like, that does not seem like something worth smuggling. It's ink. Why are there restrictions on the export of Bobblese ink to begin with? That's classified Interpol info- Hold it! Francesca, as your subordinate, I'm part of your investigation now. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was as well informed as you? The point taken. Very well, I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Zhangfa. Okay. Counterfeit bills. Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Babal's special Bobblese ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish bills made with Bobblese ink from real ones. That... That doesn't sound right. That sounds pretty wishy-washy. Like, the ink is what gives it away? That it's... that signature charm is the ink. It's not like, you know, the plates used or the watermarking or... South is still natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Babal. That's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct. Mr. Cochin was smuggling large amounts of Bobblese ink. Furthermore, he was charged with running the embassy's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know since he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess, you still have yet to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink. Yes, and for listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Since we haven't been able to locate any of these items in the Bobblese embassy, we're looking in the Alabastian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them. Counterfeit bills made with Bobblese ink, they're circulating in Zhangfa. It's hard to tell they're fake. Okay. I guess if you're using a foreign country's materials for your own bills, it would be a bit difficult, wouldn't it? Ambassador Paliano, I'm in your debt. No, it's nothing. Because it's about all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask you please bring Manny's killer to justice. I will, Ambassador, on my honor. Wow, you're so sensational. You've really piqued my curiosity. I know they aren't much, but you know what? I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly. No, that's quite all right. Oh, well, how about this then? Isn't that the... What? You know what exactly is that? It's fountain pen ink, known as Bobblese ink. It's made exclusively in Babal. So this is Bobblese ink. You know, Francesca was literally just... Never mind. We make it from wit crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Oh, the word mine appears like way too much in that sentence. Please accept this ink. One dip of your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. How fortunate for me, thinking my pen just happened to have run out. I'll gladly accept your gracious gift. Special wit crystal oil-based ink, limited export because it's use in counterfeiting. Meanwhile, he's just giving it away. Great, wonderful. I guarantee that writing with our ink is an unforgettable experience. And since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation. Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. Well, shall we get going? What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter Alabast. So we're gonna go gather whatever information we can over on the Bobble East side, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you two. Right, and I'm counting on you and Miss Von Karma to sniff out clues in Alabast. Oh, and Mr. Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phony, you let me know, okay? Her phony is actually named Yak. Get it? Because it'd be K backwards. Already drinking? Great idea! Have a coupon. I'll let you know when the time comes. What you drinking, Clover? Is that a dead body? God damn it, I just got here. Alright, we've got the Steel Samurai as well. Great. Now! What do you think you're doing to my subordinates? You're... No, for fuck's sakes! Oh, god damn it, Larry. I see you've brought your theme music with you. Son of a bitch. Angie! Oh, thank heavens you're here. I'm in a really, really big pickle, your lordship. A raven, it appeared, poof, and then disappeared, swoosh. And though I am Steel Samurai, my sword is... I'm confused, I don't know what anything means anymore. Who's this fruitcake? What the fuck? What? Francesca! You can't call people that! What the fuck do you mean? I mean, true, but also, wow! Who's this fruitcake? What the fuck? I'm Larry of the House of Butts, married man of neo-old Tokyo, milady. God, you would be a milady. Now I remember, this person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles? Yes, frighteningly enough, he is. Hey, what's up with that answer? Your best bud is in a bind, and you act like it's no big deal? Larry, you've been in a bind every single time I've met you. What sort of bind are we talking about here? A suspect kind. When was the last time he saw Francesca? Was he in the second game? He must have been in the second game. He's definitely in the third game. He's up on the mountain. Getting whipped by Francesca. In 2007. I don't know. There's so... Listen. I think Francesca gets a pass. She can say fruitcake, especially when referring to Larry. Who was he in the second game? He wasn't at the circus. Was he in the second game? I don't think he was in the second game. God, if only Nathan was here to chime in, or, you know, the rest of chat. Where the hell are those guys? Streaming on time? It's Friday night. I say a slur last stream and no one wants to hang out with me anymore? I mean, I said one this stream, didn't I? But, you know, Francesca gets the pass. We've already said that. I accidentally became a suspect in a murder. He can't tell you? Yeah, that's, you know, you don't know the Phoenix Wright games. Ahem. I see. That is quite the bind. It's not that we're in the least bit surprised. Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, he has been the world's largest source of trouble with a capital T. Hey, what kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy. If you're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends to go down by one. That was uncalled for. Besides, you're... Wait, hold on. Yeah, Butts is back. Yeah, even Arg's like, Arg, you missed a really funny bit. Francesca sees him and just goes... Oh, hold on, I can pull up the history, I think. Yeah, Francesca sees him and just goes, who is this fruitcake? Oh, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Absolutely called for by Francesca. Larry, it was you! You're the one who wrote my Steel Samurai autograph. Oh, you didn't notice earlier? I even winked at you through my headpiece. Why would I... What's going on? And why be thread? Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? It's annoyed Tokenlad hour. Hey, fruitcake, surprisingly polite of Francesca. For Larry, yeah. Where did you come from? Yeah, no, Miles is going through it. He got an autograph from his hero, the Steel Samurai, and it's from Larry Butts. He's like, ah, no. Why'd it have to be him? Why, Larry? That's a great emote. That's also just how I picture Penguin watches my streams. I kind of, I love the idea that Larry is the huge Steel Samurai fanboy, and he would have treasured the autograph from anyone who wasn't Larry Butts, because it's Larry Butts. It's like, ah, damn it. Oh, oh, sorry. Am I interrupting your comical yet melodramatic play? Ah, so this incident you mentioned earlier. Mr. Prosecutor, this man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. But I also do love this intro of Larry, if you've never met him before. You can immediately tell this guy's a weenie, everyone kinda hates him, but he's just a troublemaker, but it's not really his fault. It's such a good intro for him. Immediately under suspicion of murder. Of what, you ask? Of murder of a man who had snuck into this embassy. Mask to Mask the Second. Rhonda Light? Mask to Mask the Second. That's a reference to the third game. Why is there a York Rose on the wall? It's the symbol of the country. This embassy, if you recall, this is 2 embassies in one building. One country, Babal, their symbol is a butterfly. The other country, Alabast, their symbol is a flower. It is a York Rose, but they refer to it as a flower pretty consistently. Exactly like a rose of House of York. Yeah, I'm guessing they did that on purpose. Who is this guy? This isn't Rhonda Light. This guy's like short and stocky. Also, he's got clearly something in his hand, so. Only Larry could get himself into yet another mess as fine as this. This is what, the 3rd time he's been accused of murder? 4th time? But no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. Yeah, it's surreal. Listen, I know what it looks like, but you're gonna have to trust me. Larry is not the killer. Still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I've struck. I have to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoing. Shifu, we've identified the victim. Good work. I'll take that report now. Agent Lang, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well? What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. I just want to see the report. There's only enough flesh here to feed one wolf, and that one is me. So no, you may not take a peek. But Agent Lang. Oh, look who it is. Ah, he's, what do I have him as like Josie. Agent Lang. Will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Ah, yes, of course. You, let the detective see the file. You're Detective Bad. You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? The years have been kind to you. You look pretty much the same, actually. You and the Damn. 60. You're 25. You're 72. I'm gonna go ahead and assume Clover doesn't object to the men's ages, because I can believe that guy's 72, I can believe that guy's 25, and I can believe that guy is 60. Meanwhile, she looks at 29 over here and 19 and goes, that can't be right. 17 and goes, she looks 30, what do you mean? Fancy meeting you here, detective. You weren't expecting me. Ever since that day 7 years ago, I've chased after the Yatagarasu non-stop. Is Grumpy this guy? I mean, yeah. He's the hard-boiled detective. He's literally Detective Bad. He's also got Vegeta's hairline. You'd be annoyed too. I even pressured Interpol into keeping me in the loop in case a card was ever found. How do you, a local detective, pressure Interpol? What incredible dedication to the case. The 29 and the 19-year-old both look 23 to 25. 29? Who's 29? Oh, this one, the 29-year-old? 23, 25. I guess that's a compliment for her. There's Francesca. What do you think of the 17-year-old then? And I don't think we know her age. No idea. She looks 17? Alright, well, fair enough. Anyone else of note? That guy looks great. I'll say it. That guy looks great for 37. That dude, I'd smooch that man. 37? That dude is young. He is tan. His skin is smooth. That dude's 31? Oh my god. You're younger than him? Holy shit. I thought you were like 50. Look at you. God damn, Manny. The years have been cruel to poor Manny. They've been great to Callias here. Holy god damn, Manny. The rest of you all look about right. 72 is about right for this guy. Quarkus Alba. Quarsus? Detective Bad knows the Yatagarasu's MO very well, and his passion for the chase hasn't died down in these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you gonna make an ally out of this prosecutor? Still a lollipop. My goal is only to arrest the Yatagarasu. If he can get to the bottom of the case, I'm willing to share info with him. I am in your debt, Detective Bad. Detectives tend to deal with the ugly side of humanity. They're bound to make anyone grumpy. True. About the murder of Damask II, would you be willing to fill me in on a few details? Namely, what do you mean there's a Damask II? Like you at work, true. When the Yatagarasu showed up, Agent Lang and I took ourselves off guard and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Damask II, he broke into this embassy. Probably to steal some treasure or another. Why isn't Gumshoe grumpy? He's too dumb to be grumpy. Yeah, Gumshoe's like just a kind-hearted, lovable idiot of a soul. Not a grumpy bone in that man's body. I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room. Why exactly was the man placed under arrest, Detective? That samurai. He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reasons you suspect, I assure you. Listen, Francesca can probably attest. I know a guy, Phoenix, he can attest. His associate Maya. There's a judge as well, he can attest. This man is incredibly unfortunate and suspicious, but he is not the murderer. As you can plainly see, he's completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here at the Alabastian Embassy. Yeah, Clover said it looks like the York Rose. Let me check that real quick. York Rose. It is a striking resemblance. I wouldn't say, wow. it's not quite identical, but like it's pretty undeniable that that's what they're drawing inspiration from. That's pretty damn near close to the identical. It's the petals on the flower are more defined with the arrows going all the way to the center. That's about it in terms of differences. That is about it. It is undeniably the York Rose. Pearl as well. Look up the Tudor Rose with this flag. Okay. Tudor Rose. Again, it is like everything but identical. It's like a 1 to 1.1 recreation. They're again, really the only difference is that the arrows on the one you're seeing here go all the way to the center. That's basically it. Everything else is the same. It is pretty clearly they just looked at the Tudor Rose and said, yeah, we can do that. We have the Tudor Rose at home. Then that's it. There's your Tudor Rose at home. Ambassador Alba, who was to give a commemorative speech. And that's when the Yatagarasu showed. Again, it looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh character with that hair. That dude's about to whip out a duel disc, challenge you to a showdown. A shadow game! Somebody, please help Mokuba! Keep in mind, the Yatagarasu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats. Oh, and Yatagarasu is a Yu-Gi-Oh card! Oh my god! It all comes together! It's definitely not a pre-established thing that they used for this game and also a Yu-Gi-Oh card. I don't know what Yatagarasu directly translates to, but the legend is a one-eyed, three-legged crow. It is like a Japanese mythological creature. Hug Ronflex. Well, Ronnie, you're getting hugged. Ah, you can show off the new bling. You can show off the bling Kaida put on you. Kaida attached a hair clip to Ronflex's ears so he can feel pretty. And he loves it. Yes, he does, the big old so-and-so. Ah, there you go. That's from Penguin. Those seats for the guests who have been called to sit in them were empty. A no-show. Who was it that failed to take their seat? The Steel Samurai. Okay, well that's just Larry then. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in a separate room. However, for some weird reason, that man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at the time. And where was he? What the fuck, Larry? What are you doing? He was on the roof with one of his legs down a chimney. Larry, what are you doing? Why? Why were you on the roof, you idiot? It's an embassy. He's breaking into the chimney of an embassy. This fucking moron. That fat Pikachu brother at the store? Oh yeah, he's from Costco, isn't he? That chimney leads directly into this room. Larry. Also, a bit of a continuity error. Larry took off his helmet/headpiece. Looks like it's all one part of the same suit with the zipper back there. You would not be able to just remove the head. You'd have to unzip the back of it. Larry Butts, you really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? Get his brother? Oh, actually, hold on. He does have a brother. He has my son. Well, his brother is my son. This guy, this is a full-grown man, no relation to me. His brother is my son, however, so figure that out. While I was in Japan, I don't know if I ever showed this off, I got a Makuhita plushie. Hey, look at this guy. Look at this boy. He's so fat. I love Makuhita so much. He's my favorite Pokemon. It's Makuhita, everyone. He's got a brother. I don't, unfortunately, unlike Ronflex, show him the gooch. All right. out of context, but give me 1 second. Unfortunately, unlike Ronflex, Makahita, or as I've been calling him, just Hita, he has legs and arms, so he can't really... I would love to put him on top of Ronflex, but he can't stay balanced up there, unfortunately, so I haven't really been able to use him on stream. But yeah, no. Got an adorable Makahita plush here. Love that boy. Moreover, what Clover's referring to is, on a whim, I bought a bunch of Pokemon Makahita cards. Several of them. I just got, like, all the ones I could find that were different art. One of them is Makahita just gooch out. Like, he is hitting the ground, flashing you that taint. It is, no shame in, Makahita, apparently. Does not care. That is Makahita's OnlyFans audition. That is a tub girl pose, that is. Ahem, if you know, you know. But yeah. That's fun. But yeah, no. I have a Makahita plush, and it's adorable. In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start the investigation. Alrighty. Well, they have their own set of ceremonial knives. That'll be, no doubt, important to look at. Oh, and I can actually look over here. Alright, let's start with the rose on the wall. The counterpart to the Bobbly's butterfly is the Alabastian flower. Or he's a deviant who likes flashing people. I would say, how dare you say that about my son, but based on the evidence, I can't argue with that, so... I should, before I accidentally, like, kick the poor boy, I should fling him back onto my bed where he spends every night, because he's such a good boy. He absolutely hit the wall. The butterfly and flower, they're both lovely things. But can we interpret this to mean that Alabast provides honey to Babal? Wouldn't it be nectar, or no, pollen? It'd be pollen, right? Not honey. Francesca, can't you come up with a meaningful or profound comment? Very well, then let's hear what sort of profound comment you can come up with. Well, flowers cannot survive without butterflies that spread their pollen, and butterflies cannot live without the nectar flowers provide. If either were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How is that, Miss Von Karma? Explanation took so long I nearly fell asleep. Let's continue the investigation. Ah, wow, she's just like Clover. Also based on his father? What the fuck's that supposed to mean? So why can't you just admit I had something there? I love that they argue like siblings. No matter how hard you try, you'll never be a necessity to our Shifu's investigation. Is that a fact? No matter how good he is, he's bound to overlook something. If you insult our Shifu, prepare to be punished. Oh, and how exactly would you punish us? Every investigator under Shifu's command will work to disrupt your investigation. Vindictive much. Well, they made this photo pretty quick, didn't they? The person shaking hands with Steel Samurai in this picture is Ambassador Alba. It was taken just before the murder. This here samurai must be very popular. They're even using a national treasure as a backdrop. So is the Steel Samurai this popular because he just happens to resemble their national treasure, like, statue thing? They're kind of siblings, so that's what they argue. I know, but it's adorable is my point. I just don't understand. What exactly is so great about Top Knot there? Clearly, there's a depth to this show that a young person like you can't fathom. Speaking of young people, aren't young children the target audience of this show of costumed actors? Shut up. Can't help but notice the statues in a different position. They were shaking hands, the flower and the knives were in the background, but this guy was facing the door. But in the photo, can I see the photo? Yeah. See, in the photo, he's like looking at the door. Just saying. There are some weapons on display on this wall, a crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be the counterparts of Abilese knives, which means the blades inside these scabbards should match the blades that were used to kill Mr. Cochin. Well, rest until I've inspected everything. Why do we have a tree of this guy? Like, what? What is that plant supposed to be? Costco doesn't sell the boy anymore. Well, it's a good thing he's already here. Francesca, can't you see it's supposed to be a likeness of Ambassador Alba? Mouse Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I look forward to your salary assessment next month. You're deluding yourself. You think you have any control over that? Yeah, they just have like a tree. That's kind of badass. Just a tree likeness of yourself in your office. That's pretty great. They carved the tree to have a big nose and everything. I can spot absolutely no difference between this and the Prima Duck statue of Babals. The statue's face looks a bit like the costumed hero that you like so very much. I only wonder why you Americans have such affinity for that kind of face. The statue wasn't made by an American, you know. At least I don't suppose so. Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this? I wonder why there are no whips on display here. A whip really isn't that practical of a weapon. Like, not a lot of people use whips in combat. That's not what it's for. There is the, what is it? There's that, like, flail, like the... it's like the something hammer that's like the rope that you swing around and can bring it down on top of people. What you drinking? Rum. I forget what it's called. It's the something hammer. You swing it above you. It's like a ball on a rope, and you can smash it down on things. It's pretty baller, that weapon, if you can use it right. It takes a lot of experience to master, but that's like the closest I think people actually use to whips in combat. Whip's just not super effective. Looks cool, though. Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. It's called a flail. No, there's a special name for it. Flail's not what I'm thinking of. Rope. Weapon. Hammer. Meteor hammer. Yeah, I'm thinking of a fucking sick name. Meteor hammer is what I'm thinking of. The weapon called a meteor hammer, often referred to simply as meteor, belongs to the category of ancient Chinese weaponry, consisting at its most basic level of two weights connected by a rope or a chain. Other names include the Dai Chu, the flying hammer, or the dragon's fists. It belongs to the broader classes of flails and chain weapons. Alright, so it is a kind of flail. Little evidence exists that it saw use in actual historical combat. Oh, well, alright. Flail was the medieval European one. Fair enough, but... Flail is also like, isn't it on a stick? It's like a stick that you swing around and hit things with. It's a stick with a chain or a rope. The meteor hammer is just pure rope with two weighted ends. That's why I'm comparing it to the whip. It's pure rope with two weighted ends. The blades of these knives should match the blade of the knife that killed Mr. Cochin. Also, meteor hammer is way cooler than flail, so given the choice of the two of them, I'm gonna say meteor hammer every time. From your Google search, there were sticks on meteor hammers. There were sticks on meteor hammer. I love how this is what this has turned into in this stream. I mean, the first result on Wikipedia features an image that has no sticks. I don't know what to tell you. Double-headed meteor hammer, and it's like, there's clearly no stick on it. I can't really pull it up on stream, my setup's different, but I can at least blast Clover on Discord with it. Guess you looked at the wrong pick? Fair enough. And besides, again, it's called a meteor hammer. That's such a cool name. Just use that instead of flail. Huh. One of the knives is missing its blade. Oh my god. Let's see if the two pieces, the blade and the handle, fit each other. Well, given it has a flower motif, it appears they fit together quite well, almost seamlessly. And this means the Alabastian knife did find its way into Babal. But how? Also couldn't help but notice, I don't know if it was added to the evidence or not. Or no, that's the butterfly one, yeah. I think it was missing a piece, wasn't it? The knives have flowers in their handles, 2 countries. Notagarasu, level of craftsmanship. And you have all the dangerous toys you'll ever need. I think it was missing, like, one of the petals on it. It's the Steel Samurai's primary weapon, the Samurai Spear. Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's a spear, what do you mean? It's sleek and shiny, just like my heart. I don't think your heart should be those things. It comes at you like whoosh. When you hold it, you just want to live life like bam. You do well to watch what you say, Larry. Although it is just as Larry says, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight at your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced the spear is set up to the task. What's wrong, Edgy? You're just staring off into the distance. There's like sleek or shiny about Larry's heart. Larry the borderline pedo? No, what do you mean, Arg? Clover, and anyone else who doesn't remember, in the 3rd game, he's crushing out on pearls. Pearl, if you'll remember, is 9. She's 9, and he's flirting with the 9-year-old. It's a bit creepy. Yeah, Japan, Clover. That's really all I can say. Japan. Larry's whole character is that he'll flirt with any woman regardless of age, and one game he flirts with an underage girl, and every game after that, they're like, forget that happened. We regret that. We don't want to do that again. We were Japan. We didn't think America would ever get this game. 9-year-old's not a woman. True. You're right, but I didn't write the game. I'm just telling you what happened. Oh, I get it. Tell you what, I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? But this one's mine. Did I say anything about wanting anyone? Horrified? Listen, it's... Larry, other than that scene, Larry is kind of played as a lovable scamp. The writers in the fandom would prefer it if you just kind of forgot that ever happened and moved on. It's a real shirt tug moment that we like to pretend it didn't happen, because nothing ever came of it, obviously. And, like, he never does anything like it again. We don't know what they were thinking when they wrote it. Just move along. But undeniably it happened. Unfortunately. Maybe I can shut him up if I show him that piece of evidence. They'll point something out about this spear. This piece of evidence about the spear? It has got bent at the tip here. Oh, do I have to deduce that it's bent and it shouldn't be? I'm noticing deduce is up here. No spear there. Is it just his drawing? Lovable bit of pedo. No, don't bring that up. We conveniently forget about it, okay? He's also a fictional character, so. Listen, it's not a great moment, but like, he has a lot of other really funny and endearing moments. It's just like, don't worry about that one bit, and yeah, it's fine. It's fine, as long as you just... Eureka! Don't worry about that bit. Larry, about this spear... Oh! Are you feeling it? Bam! I thought there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it me or is this spear a bit bent? Whoa! No way! It's exactly as it should be, yo! Like, I mean, even already, he gave Mr. Edgeworth an autograph and referred to himself as the Steel Samurai Daddy. Like, yo, yeah, this guy is such a fucking walking disaster and cringe magnet, Clover. It's kind of hard not to at least find him a little bit comical and endearing. Just don't worry about that one scene. We don't talk about that one scene. I have here the autograph you wrote for me earlier. Take a good look at this, which you drew with your own hands. And also, what the fuck was up with Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo Old Tokyo? Why did you sign it that way? You can see the spear is clearly of a different shape. Ah! What do you have to say to that? I'm sorry! When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel super powerful. And then, during practice, I was spinning it around and around, and bam! It hit the wall! You unbelievable! This is an embassy! But I've always been like that, ever since I was a kid. One time on an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late into the night. I'm just a useless, hot-blooded man! He's just like me, for real. A useless, hot-blooded man. Larry, clarify that for me, will you? Okay, so it was some field trip, and I began a shadow fight with myself. Not that! What you said earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall. Oh, that. There's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything. That's not what I'm asking, Larry. A samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt a move as simple as spinning it around would cause it to bend. Man, Edgy, you're so naive. What? Where did that come from? We keep calling it the samurai spear. But it's not real. You can't really fight someone with it. Because it's hollow on the inside. You can hit against practically anything and it would bend. Every time Butt says something, he deepens his grave. Yeah. Yeah. Is that so? Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I just think that part of your personality is cute. I see. Your friendship truly is something special, Mazedveth. Ah, that's not friendship, it's utter humiliation. Wow, it's way more bent here. It looks like a hockey stick. Weapon that's used on stage. Larry hit it against a wall and bent it. It's hollow. Like, it does not look that bent here. Is that everything? Yeah, I think that's everything. Can't examine this over here, so. The statue. There was exactly the same statue sitting in the Babali's office we examined. Yay! Larry, at least buy. ABC store at a plastic golf club full of fireball nips. Oh, last Christmas, Kaida needed to, like, bring in a gift for Secret Santa. She got a candy cane full of fireball and wrapped it up. And it was, like, one of the last things picked because I think everyone thought it was, like, just a novelty candy cane. They weren't aware it was full of fireball. Edgy's a known fanboy of Steel Samurai. Edgeworth, I don't know how it happened, loves the Steel Samurai, though. It's the Prima Duck statue, national treasure of the Principality of Codofia. There is only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Arabast and Babal claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish fight to have. Both countries claim to own the real one. National treasure, only Amb? Oh, Ambassador and Secretariat can touch. I can examine this area as well. Steal it? The national treasure? Well, one of them's real, so be Nick Cage. Yeah. They're almost the exact same wall mount for the knives on the Babali's side, but I can't see any of the details from this distance. Well, looked them over at the other one anyway. It's a Prima Duck statue. There was one of these on the Babali's side as well. And it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was a national treasure of Codofia. It says a flower on his chest. So it does. Does the other one have a butterfly? I wasn't really paying attention, I'll be honest with you. Given it's Codofia, hold on, can I show it off? No, unfortunately, unless... Okay, so... You see how the Alabast has a flower and Babal's got the butterfly? When they were Codofia, the symbols were combined. When they split, Alabast kept the flower and Babal kept the butterfly. What that could be, given it's a Codofian... There's no H in that word? Alabast and Babal? Which one? What? Oh, yeah, I'm saying Codofian like it's DH. It's Codopian. Eh. There is an H in Cadopian, or Cadopian, but it's just not where I'm putting it. No, they split. So the symbol on it is probably meant to be like a combination of the butterfly and the flower. It is only a flower, but, like, you know, it is what it is. The symbol is only a flower. What I'm saying is that could be like a rendering problem, like, we're not close enough to see the full symbol. It's kind of low res, you know? It might be a hint. I mean, it could be. It also might just be a limitation of the game. This was originally a Nintendo DS game that they've upscaled, all right? So the resolution, sometimes it's not great. Meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alabaster and Babal claim to have the real thing and won't budge from their claim. What an incredibly... okay, I read that, yeah. The stand? No, stand is nothing. Could be that. Ahem. The counterpart to the Bubbly's butterfly is the Alabastian flower. There's a butterfly and the flower. They're both lovely things. But can we interpret this to... oh, okay, we read this already. It's just here now. There's a deduce option, which would suggest it's maybe this? Oh, well, it's... oh, this is Babal's. Hold on. Okay, no, Babal's statue also has a flower, so they both have a flower on it. Good eye, Clover, but unfortunately it seems like that's meaningless. I will say, this one is burnt and cracked and shit. Pure gold doesn't corrode, so... if it is actually pure gold, it shouldn't be doing that. Surely they have a way to confirm which statue's the real one. Well, the idea was that you or me that was fucked, as in the stream. Oh, I wasn't. It must have been you. My stream was doing fine, looking at the readout. Well, Arg, surely they do have a way. And listen, there was only one statue when they were one country, and then they split, with both of them claiming they kept the real statue. Surely, whoever has the fake statue is aware it's a fake statue. They just, you know, don't want it to be like... they don't want it to be doing that. When is this taking place? Ace Attorney... that's the thing, the games do take place in the future. I don't know, this game was released in 2007, but is set. Miles Edgeworth. Grace Attorney, yeah, okay. Miles Edgeworth. Okay, but when does it take place? I know the game came out to early 2000s. Spin-off. Comic-Con 2009. Android feature. Cancelled features. One crime scene was indicated on a map that looked identical to turnabout cover to reveal locations. 3 minor crimes of Apollo Justice. The crime scene question was shown to be located in a spot which the right is. Oh yeah, look at that. Huh. There was like a scrapped case. The majority of the game takes place between March 12th, 2019 to March 17th, 2019. Yeah, this game is meant to take place in 2019. Just look up a timeline for the series? Yeah, I did. They're about to get their shit rocked by COVID. They've got a year. It's fine. Yeah, despite the game, like, being written in 2007, this game takes place in 2019. Given, you know, they still have, like, flip cell phones, it's not exactly an accurate depiction. Anyway, no, I think what I need to deduce here is, like, it's different here, right? Because he's facing the other way. Look at this photograph! And tell me what you find out about this scene, Miss Von Karma. And not in Japan. Right. Well, in fairness, in Japan, it is in Japan where these games take place. In America, it takes place in America, but there's a gag that as the games go on, it becomes more and more obvious it's not taking place in America. They, like, go to historical mountain villages with religious shrines and shit. Coveted earlier in Japan. Well, hey, in the US, or at least they're in America. The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes that top-knot's hand. That's not it. I was trying to point out the statue in the photo is facing a different way. You're right. This statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or secretary-level person is allowed to handle it. The fact the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now is facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene, is proof that someone touched the statue around the time of the crime. I have a question. This just occurred to me. Why is a national treasure in an embassy in a different country? Why isn't it in a museum in the originating country? Why is the national treasure that's so fucking important overseas in some embassy? They stole it. Wow. What a crime, I guess. It's impossible to prosecute because they're in a different country, but also they have diplomatic immunity being an embassy. Like, it's very weird that this national treasure that's so important isn't in its home country and is just hanging out in a museum. That's very weird. Okay, British Museum. Well, in fairness, they have more legitimate claim to this than the British Museum does to anything. Because it is a national treasure of the country they were once a part of, at least. It is their history. Both countries claim donate signs it was moved during the murder. Or maybe money. Could be money. Could just be straight up money. Keep looking around a bit before we examine the dead body. It's a fireplace, and by the looks of it, I don't think it's been recently used. Yes, I can't say I see anything unusual about it. Okay, riveting. Two gorgeous flowers are in full bloom. Looks like a couple were ripped up. And I'm sure flowers as lovely as these must have an equally lovely name. Miss Edgeworth, are you done staring? I should hardly think passion flowers are all that rare. Passion flowers? That's a rather unusual name. It was named by priests in the 15th century for the Passion of Christ. Wow. You just know that? As they say, you learn something new every day. Two large flowers in bloom, the vines supported by stakes and are still growing. Okay. Fey Village is supposed to be several hundred, possibly several thousand-year-old village of mystics, very Asian-themed, and somehow exists in America. Yeah, in America, they keep talking about how they had to take a couple hours of trains out to the California mountains for this sacred, ancient, mythical, religious village. This must be Ambassador Alba's desk. His notebook is open on his desk. He must have been in the middle of some important work. Sapling growth log. It finally sprouted today. Funny, doesn't look like important work to me. Alright, let's look at the dead body. So, this is the victim, Damask II. They took the California Zephyr. Heh. Now I'm singing a song about the Zephyr in your head? Okay. What is with his gaudy outfit? You don't know about Damask? Yeah, he was in the third game. A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. So this thief is separate from the Yatagarasu? I thought they were for a while because their MO and targets were different. Certainly are, or were, I guess. The mask likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about the mask. Well, also, that guy got away. That dude fucking escaped the long arm of the law and is living his best life somewhere else. To remind everybody, the actual, not Damask II, the original Damask, was charged with being Damask, found not guilty, charged with murder, found not guilty, and the reason he was found not guilty is because we proved he was Damask, but because double jeopardy exists, we couldn't try him again for being Damask, so he was like, Peace out, bitches, and went away. Honestly, bulletproof. Got away with it.
That's alright. Thought I'd probably hear tales of his failure anyway.
You haven't changed a bit, I see. In any case, let's get started here, shall we? Zephyr goes from Chicago to San Fran through Denver and Utah. Does it go through Cheyenne? Classic railroad hub, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Man bun fruity with hot wife dead now? No, quite a grim fate. No, this is Damask II. Also, I would object to the description of man bun fruity with hot wife, but honestly, you nailed it. That is exactly what those characters are. They are. That is 100% those two. All right, bloody sword. It's the murder weapon in this case. It says blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What do you expect? The seals. Don't call him that! It's Steel Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. Wyoming's much further north than those destinations. Is it? I thought Wyoming was right next to Utah. Or is that Colorado? Denver is in Colorado. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah. yeah. My bad. I only call it his secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear he turns to in a real fight. You should know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage so earlier. The owner of this... yeah, that's the only reason, Edgeworth. The owner of this sword is the Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is to proving him innocent. Fucking Larry. Wyoming's up near Canada? Surely that's a bit too far north. I thought, like, isn't Montana or Idaho in between Wyoming and Canada? I suppose this was the wrapping cloth Damask II used to carry all his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever he was out to steal. The hat! There is not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask's costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it. You two don't know, you can buy this costume almost anywhere now. It's being sold since when? Since around New Year's. The streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out Damask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. I can't believe that foolish fool dressed in a fool's clothing and act foolishly. You got your point about the foolishes a while back, Francesca. South to north, it goes Utah, Wyoming, Montana. Yeah, alright, there you go. Who's Damask second? Thought there was one Damask? Yeah, I guess this is like a copycat or his successor. I don't know. We don't know. This is the first we've seen of Damask II arc. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. Alabas, Prima Duck's 5th floor ambassador's office. Guess he was after the statue. I didn't mean specifically it was directly bordering Canada, just forgot how big Montana is. East Coast things. Yeah, I know how big Montana is because I drove through there when I was a kid. Well, my mom drove through there and I was in the back seat, passenger seat, whatever. Uncle lived out there. Montana's fucking big. I think pound for pound in terms of like actual land, like amount of land, Montana's like in the top 5 biggest states. Alaska's the biggest and it's not even close. It like doubles the size of the US geographically. Followed by Texas, and then I don't really, it's like California and Montana are up there, and then it really falls off after that. Nevada, one of those. One time you spent in Montana was on a horseback trail ride through Yellowstone. I've been to Yellowstone. I didn't do a horseback ride. I did like the car tour. But it was cool. I saw Old Faithful go off. It would appear the directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. There's something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the Prima Duck statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? What the fuck do you think it means? Who writes a note like that to themselves? Clearly it wasn't to themselves. Horseback riding competitively at the time. Oh wow, nice. Competitive horse girl. That's like couple steps up from normal horse girl. Why is my chat full of horse girls? If I had to guess this from the text, I would say it's actually a request from someone about what to steal. Just who is this person that requested the theft of the Prima Duck statue? You're good at it? Got a couple Grand Champion Show champions? Learn to read, asshole. Got a couple Grand Champion Show trophies. Not bad. Only sport I was ever good at was swimming. I had a, God, it was like 2005, 2006. I was actually the top scorer for men in my age group. I was like, in 2005, I was like 12 to 13 age bracket. Montana's fourth biggest. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I was like the top scorer for men in the entire district for my age bracket. Actually, I don't even think it was age bracket. I think it was all men. I had the most points. You want to know what it was? Hey, hot secret for any 12-year-olds competing in swim league in Northern Virginia. Learn the breaststroke, all right? Apparently, that's a tricky one. Freestyle and backstroke are easy. That's totally free. You're too young to be doing butterfly, so it doesn't matter. Breaststroke, I was good at it. And like, apparently, I was the top scorer. News to me. I didn't find out until I got a trophy. But yeah, that was a proud moment for me. You were also good at breaststroke when you did swim team? Yeah, dude. I remember once, I'm bragging at this point, after a swim meet, my dad and like my coach were telling me, you could do butterfly, but like there was nobody my age bracket doing butterfly. They were telling me that like, it was a relay race and I was breaststroke. It was one where everyone did a different stroke. My team was behind. They get to me. I dove into the water and like the gap between me and first was like this. Then I get in the water with breaststroke and I am just closing the fucking distance. My hands are big and my feet are big, so I'm doing breaststroke and I am launching myself through the water apparently. That was great to hear. I was real proud of that. And then I got a trophy for it, so I was like, awesome. Yeah, swimming is easily the sport I was best at. It's also really the only sport I played. I did baseball and basketball, obviously, but swimming was easily my best sport. Didn't make the high school team because you couldn't run an 8-minute mile. Particularly defense, but you couldn't run fast. Yeah. I mean, that'll do it. Unfortunately, my high school did not have swim team. I don't even know if my college had swim team. But I moved like in 2007, and I didn't really do swim after that. Shame. I really like swimming. I thought Damask had quit the business. This guy, he's a copycat using the name. There you go, Arg. A phony successor. There you go, Arg. He's just prancing around pretending to be Damask. Quit sports after not making the basketball team. I didn't do any sports in, I don't know if I ever did any school sports. I did orchestra for a while. Never won anything for swimming per se, but you're a good swimmer. Even played water polo competitively. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know how there are, like, adults that don't know how to swim. We had a pool in my backyard when I was a kid. I remember needing floaties, like, on the arms. I do not remember not being able how to swim. In my mind, my whole life, I've just known how to swim. It's like, it's so easy for me. I can dive, I can hold my breath, I can swim great. I go out in the ocean, I have a great time because I'm just swimming against the waves. It's great. I love swimming. But, you know, that's, again, my whole life I've been swimming. You're doing basketball in 8th grade, lacrosse, and taekwondo? Wow. Yeah, lacrosse was big at my high school. That was the only really big sport in my high school, though. There was football, but no one gave a shit because we sucked. Lacrosse was the sport. Specifically, girls lacrosse. Shout out to those girls fucking shoulder checking each other out in the field. It was crazy. Preseason basketball, then never again. It's swim lessons when you're real little. You're swimming in your grandma's pool as a baby. Yeah. He's a petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashino. Kashinu? Kashino. He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. Is it a pun? Like cash? No. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined this guy is the real Damask II. Cause of death appears to be loss of blood from the back of the head. He was stabbed in the head? That's grim. Body checking is illegal in women's lacrosse, only stick checking. Wow, someone tell that to the girls I went to high school with, because they were fiends body checking. Like, goddamn. The two I keep up with, one of them is married with a kid now, probably not body checking anymore. And the other moved to California and tried to start a health and nutrition Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and let you know right now, failed. That did not work out. Seems he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. That's... I don't know who this is. You were in choir, church choir, advanced band, jazz band, altar server, and did volunteer hours for graduation. Jesus Christ. I just played viola. Yo! Pink Princess, how are you feeling? Still feeling ill? Oh yeah, what, didn't like her hip crack or something? And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. Or is flabbergasted every time you meet a person who doesn't know how to swim? It's so weird, right? George is a very watery place. There's some sort of body water practically everywhere. There's no sort of swimming pools. Your brother's wife didn't know how to swim. Gives you fucking whiplash every time. Yeah, no, it's weird to me. Sounds like I would love Georgia. Plenty of places to swim. You know why you're exhausted? Waste all your energy before you're 16? True. I've wanted to join, there's a group in America called the Polar Bear Club. The idea is it's a bunch of like people that run out into the waters of the ocean in like February and January because it's ice cold. And they just fuck around in the water for a little bit. I've wanted to join that just because I love swimming and I think it'd be fun. We're in a group, we're gonna run in the water, guys. It's nice and cold. Haven't really committed to it, unfortunately. And so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabastrian Embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. People have heart attacks doing that? What, the Polar Bear Challenge? Oh. Well, now I'm bummed out. Don't tell me that. Miss Pink Princess, if you would please... Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, god damn it. This must be what they call fate. What are those titties? I mean, their costume. How could this happen 2 days in a row? What the? Aren't you Miss Oldbag? Why are you surprised? You're the one that got to play the Steel Samurai. Oh yeah, didn't they work together as security guards in the last game? Too bad I didn't realize it until now. Her again. Arg has exactly the right reactions for these characters. He's like, oh god, it's Larry. Oh god, it's Oldbag. Also, Clover, I'm gonna send you a pic. The guy who designed these characters, I'm gonna show you a pic of him. His name is Salmonella. Pun, right? You're gonna see him and go, oh, I get it now. Just gonna send you that on Discord. Yeah, look in Discord. That's the guy that designed this character. Also, his name is Salmonella. Yeah, oh. Hey, now his name and those titties make sense. That guy designed it. He speaks in leet speak. Like, he says hacksaw and has, like, zeros for O's, fours for A's. He's a real character of all time. I got cast as him in a fan dub of this project. He spoke like this, you hacksaw noobs. Your acquaintances with Larry? Well, I auditioned for the part and got cast. Oh, geez, this is totally Elite Sor Omega Walsh. That was the voice I gave him. Why, yes, we worked with the same company for a little while now. That's why it's okay, my edgy poo. You don't need to be jealous. I was in the next room, you know, trying to get some beauty sleep. But it's so noisy in here, I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined you'd ever come to a show like this? A lot of nature, exploring places to swim. I liked Finland. Went to like a windmill farm. It was great. Noki was showing me around Finland, and we went to the windmill farm. We went like under into one of the windmills. They're all models, so we like went under into one of them. And I'm like, oh wow, there's a lot of graffiti here. What's some of it say? And she's like, oh well, that one's saying this woman's a whore, and you can call her. And I'm like, okay, Noki, you don't need to tell me the rest of it. Don't know why you'd start with that bit of graffiti. Finland and Georgia aren't exactly neighbors. No, but it's Eastern Europe, and Finland's like the only place I've been to that I can compare it to. I guess I've misjudged you, edgy poo. You misjudged him? I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know. That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. But it looks like the winds have shifted, and he's now willing to be chased after. Finland's not Eastern Europe, really. It's Northern Europe. I'm gonna let Noki weigh in on that. She's not here. I think she's at work, but I'm gonna let her decide if it's not Eastern Europe. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy Poo. I'll chase you forever, to the ends of the earth. Isn't that just peachy? This is one of those rare times when Francesca and I actually see eye to eye. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working in Gatewaterland as the Pink Badger. What are you talking about? That was ages ago. That was yesterday. That was yesterday. Look, I worked at Global Studios long time ago, all right? She did. That was the first game. I ignored your statement that Turkey is to the... It neighbors Turkey to the east. No, I mean, I get it. But, like, I don't think you're the authority to say what Finland is or isn't, if it's considered part of Eastern Europe. Yeah, okay, it's north, but, like, it could still be... There's not much above Finland, so when you say the Eastern Bloc of Europe, you might be including Finland, is my point. And I don't think you're the authority to speak on it. Oldbag? Yep, of course it's Oldbag. Hey, Jeppo, what's up? Also, Larry Butts is here. We've got Larry Butts and Oldbag. It's north of Russia? No. It's north of part of Russia. There's like 8 countries between them. Yeah? I wasn't comparing Finland to Georgia. I was just saying Finland's the only country in Europe I've really been to, so it's my point of reference for a European country. As a result, I was kind of comparing it to Georgia, I guess. But only on the grounds it's like literally my only point of reference. Finland's Northern Europe and Georgia is the utmost Eastern Europe. Depends on how you draw borders. Half of Georgia can and is in Asia. A massive chunk of Russia's in Asia. A small chunk of Russia's in Europe. You're being annoying? Yeah, how unlike you.
Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue, actually. They called you? Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold.
Oof.
It happened so suddenly, they called me to be in as her last-minute replacement.
Do they not have enough people at staff at that studio?
I really couldn't say no, so here I am playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. But that poor girl, I feel bad for her.
What'd you miss? Of note, Damask has a copycat who was murdered. Larry's the Steel Samurai and Oldbag's the Pink Princess.
Instead of that Mindy girl, the poor girl, I feel bad. They let me stand in for her. She's...
shrewd negotiator. I'm semi-loyal and all.
7-9. How you doing, buddy? Welcome back. Thank you for 57 months. That's almost a whole year.
She's going to have a terrible time when she returns. I'm not exactly great at reading that strange font they use. Plus, I was called in to be a stand-in at the very last second, so I tripped over all of the most important lines. I threw that ragdoll instead of the shuriken to hit the Steel Samurai instead of the enemy.
Is this why it was focused on comedy they mentioned earlier?
The audience was in uproar, but as avant-garde actress, they'll forgive me, because I tell you, they're just a bunch of simpletons.
I'm old. I'm 30. You're older than me.
You're rather lively, old lady.
So basically, you received a stand-in request this morning, correct? Yeah, they said this one focused on comedy, and I guess it's Larry as the Steel Samurai and Oldbag as the Pink Princess. Just kind of ad-libbing shit made it the comedy. What do you mean extra old? What the fuck?
You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look.
It appears she is telling the truth. Professor Oldbag is stand-in for Mindy, the Pink Princess actress who fell ill.
I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears.
Been streaming so long. I started doing YouTube in 2011. Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall.
Being famous has its problems, too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker.
Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Wow. That is a bit fucked.
I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kind of things. Look at what it says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Huh, how absolutely revolting. I mean, you'd think he'd get my name right. There's no accent in my name.
Like this horrible handwriting. Oh no, oh no, oh no, don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't have it in my...
Ah, but now that you're here, Edgy Poo, I feel 100% safe. Why do I factor into this? You'd bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgy Poo?
Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way. You gonna get pizza this weekend? Hell yeah. I'm getting pizza, Tuesday. That's my plan. You might wonder why so specific. Shut up. I'm on a diet, and Tuesday is like pizza day. Ahem. I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later.
Oh, come on, Edgy Poo. Stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get.
Okay, let's take a look. Right bumper? What are we... Wow, I couldn't hit right bumper there for whatever reason. Okay, sloppy handwriting. But... oh, man, it's the same fucking handwriting. Oh, no. Oh, and his M's look like W's. Oh, God. Did you mean to write Mindy? Mindy. I can... oh, God, it's possible. Fucking goddamn it, Larry. Is Larry his usual self? Of course he fucking is. Hey. What are you doing at the time of the crime?
What crime? What the?
There's a dead body right there, you old bitch!
After the show was over, I had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm.
Okay. But a murder occurred in the room right next to yours.
Is that right? Oh, Edgy Poo, I'm so scared. Hold me. Caress me.
Hold it! If you could please not cling to my personage! In any case, I take it you failed to show up at the Ambassador Alba's speech?
Oh, that? No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young, tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and going stiff. I couldn't move at all.
Can you provide proof of your condition?
Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy.
I have to admit the thought of her not being able to leave the room is rather pleasant. Damn. Yo, is that Missile? Is that the Shiba Inu Missile? Missile! The greatest character in all of Ace Attorney. The creator's own dog, the Shiba Inu, named Missile. Love that boy. Prosecutor Von Karma, I brought the police dog as you requested, sir.
Good work. You may leave now, officer.
That's Missile. I recognize that bark anywhere. This dog.
I requested the assistance of a dog in our search for the Yargarasu.
Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too. Amazing. Ah, you're real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, it's a good boy. That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of. I think its name is Missile.
What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks.
That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve this case for us, you know.
Now, mister, I want you to find some clues. Go!
Love Missile.
Huh. Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Like a certain someone I know. Now, what do we have here?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Larry, are you still selling samurai dogs? Bro! What the fuck? That was 3 games ago!
What's this? It looks like a small hot dog, but...
Wait, Francesca, isn't that an official samurai dog?
Ah, no! Bad missile!
He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that. It's just a meat substance snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine.
That's quite a bit of information you gathered in a single quick glance.
Trust me, I am unfortunately very familiar with samurai dogs and the guy that sells them, Larry. You really should be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place. Larry! This one's from Clover. Says the boy needs attention. There you go, Ron Flex. Pat. Love you, you big old scoundrel. Ya thick unit of a man. Next Pokemon game I play, actually, unfortunately, I don't think he'll be there. But I should definitely strive to have a Snorlax on future Pokemon teams. If I can. He's not easily available in every game.
Looks like the snack wasn't all Missile found.
Oh, what do we have here?
It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Master Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing.
What? I mean, hey, bravo to him, I guess, but like, that's the first conclusion you come to? I somehow doubt that. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. Samurai dog in a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. Guess I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. There's one person here who would own such a shirt. Yeah, well. If you could please take a look at this. Ahem. Brown-colored undershirt.
Oh, Edgy Poo, what's the meaning of this?
We solving two things? There's two murders and an arson, Jeppo. There's a lot of things to solve.
Why did you steal that from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I've gladly given you as many as you like.
Thank you, but no thanks. His shirt was found at the crime scene.
What?
Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here?
I know nothing. Nothing, I tell you.
What?
Oh, I admit I used the fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that if I had to, you know. Wearing a Princess costume is like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect? You're too cruel, Edgy Poo.
Are you claiming you never once set foot inside this room?
Of course I am. If I'd been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like
Why is Oldbag like Edgeworth again? Look at him, he's handsome. He's a suave gentleman. You're telling me you wouldn't smooch Edgeworth?
Ahem. I tell you, it's always like this. It's always my fault for some reason or other. This week, that weekly tabloid article is missing, camera's missing. The lawyer always makes sure it's my fault that they're missing. Speaking of missing, there's a matter of my husband. Can you believe when we married, he said, I guess I'm stuck marrying you? What kind of way to propose is that? What he should have done is whispered in my ear, I don't deserve you, but I can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days.
True. As a married man, I absolutely do not deserve my wife, but I tricked her into marrying me, so. High five, everyone. I nailed it. Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. I feel like you missed a lot. What do you mean? It's just Oldbag. Travis Scott and the WWE had a falling out. Oh, did they have disagreements about Hulk Hogan's death? I saw a great post where it was like, I can't believe the first thing Ozzy Osbourne did as a ghost was kill Hulk Hogan. I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room to this one. You need to go to Italy again? Any particular reason? Oh, wow, you are craving pizza and talking about Italy. This bitch just wants Italian food. Yeah, Italian food. I assume the samurai dog was also yours.
Ah, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can see through everything about me.
And so the feeling of dread continues. But I suppose I should ask for more details. And the booze. Isn't Italy more known for wine than anything else? You start Big Brain Academy on DS. Yeah, I remember playing Big Brain Academy on the DS back in the day. Drawing numbers and like yelling at the floating head on the home screen. That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it?
Of course I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy poo.
Limoncello vodka soaked in lemons and liquor, or lemons in sugar. Why'd I say liquor? I know what limoncello is, thank you. That's Brain Age. Oh yeah, that's Brain Age. Yeah, I played Brain Age back in the day. My mom was big into, if you're gonna play video games, they might as well be educational. Still talking to Oldbag. We've talked to a few other people and moved back to Oldbag. Big Brain Academy's different. Wouldn't know. Never played it. Only played Brain Age.
Hold it!
If you could just stick to what I asked you.
Edgy, are you? And Miss Oldbag? No!
You're the one that keeps telling you booze means any alcohol? Yeah, and you're the one that insists it means hard alcohol, like liquor, not wine. Besides, Italy is famous for wine. Here's the thing, when I say booze, I usually mean American, all right? Booze, I feel like, is mainly an American thing. For Italy, it's wine. Italy's all about the wine. France is about the champagne. You say it's usually what you mean? Weird the game wanted you to shout into your DS. You'd look weird doing that in public. Yeah. The mic was kind of a new thing, and they didn't really know how to work with it for a lot of games. Apparently, when they were making some of the Castlevanias on Nintendo DS, they played around with the microphone, but decided it would be immersion breaking, so they just kind of scrapped it. And that was a lot of games, as it turned out. It had a microphone, but a lot of games just didn't use it because they're like, I don't know, it feels just weird to use. Spritzes are huge in Italy, which is cordial with Prosecco. I know what a spritz is.
You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy.
A present? You're drinking Bellinese all day in Venice? It's their official drink? Cool. The official drink of Finland is whatever Estonia is selling. Beer and alcohol is so expensive in Finland, it is cheaper to board a boat to Estonia and buy alcohol there. And I'm not even kidding. More DS games require just blowing into the mic. I mean, most didn't even involve the microphone. Some of them, if they involved the mic, just required any sort of noise into the microphone. Half the time you name drinks, I don't know what I'm talking about. I worked in a bar. Name 3 drinks. I don't know what you mean. Virginians and booze, and Maryland, vice versa with tobacco. I don't know what that means. Layton 2's final puzzle requires blowing. DS emulators do work with the mic, so we'll work on that.
The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We're supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all in the pushcart just to move them. The studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy?
So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions?
Hey, Edgy! Don't just ignore my question. Aren't you gonna stick up for me? About that, after the show, I went to rest a spell in my dress room.
Have you had a drink called a moonwalker? No, I will admit I have not had a moonwalker. Driving to Maryland for booze because cheaper than Virginia for cigarettes. Ah, I see. Yeah, Virginia's a real tobacco state. Gyro for Layton 5. I don't know if they've been able to emulate the gyro. Is it a fancy moonshine? I've heard the name somewhere, not sure. Moonwalker isn't that the Michael Jackson movie? Because he had, you know, the moonwalk. There was like a Michael Jackson movie that was a bunch of like his music videos stapled together called Moonwalker, I think. Maryland's very loosey-goosey about liquor laws. Delaware is not. I got married in Delaware on the beach. We couldn't have our own alcohol for the wedding. It was against the law. And there are breweries, like, there are full-on breweries in Delaware because tax reasons in Delaware make it cheap to have a brewery there. However, get this, in order to sell the alcohol they brew, they need somebody who lives in Maryland to buy the alcohol from the brewery, then go to the stores and sell it to them as a loophole to Delaware's strict-ass alcohol laws. It's very odd. I don't know why Delaware is so strict in its alcohol laws. My dad was super bummed. He had alcohol of choice at my wedding reception, you know, the rehearsal dinner. But for like, no, sorry, he had it for the rehearsal dinner. For the actual reception, absolutely could not have his own alcohol. Had to have only alcohol that was approved by Delaware. Town has drive-through liquor stores. Montgomery County has its own ABC. Yeah, I've heard about drive-through liquor stores. Might have to skip 5. 6 has no gyro. Well, that's the thing. I don't know. Oh, Citra has gyro, but it needs third party. Citra also stopped working for me at one point. It just kind of exploded. I got an update, and then it just wouldn't play any games. That's why I couldn't play one of the Fire Emblems.
After the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there were the samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor.
Yeah, there they are. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show?
Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well.
Excuse me?
I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured since they were for a kid show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to have myself half a dozen or so boxes.
Half a dozen hot dogs is a lot, but like not outlandish or anything. We can do the Switch Layton game and the Ace Attorney crossover. Yeah, we can absolutely do the Switch one, and I own the Ace Attorney crossover. I played it recently, so I know the plot twists, unfortunately, but... Token-coded meal. 6 hot dogs? Alright. Calm down. Look at this menu. Why would you ever get a drink with non-alcoholic Prosecco? Have sparkling cider or water at that point. Non-alcoholic Prosecco does seem weird.
Huh. What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? I'd only give you one. The rest are all for me.
How many have you kept?
Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks to transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers.
Layton 4 is fine because DS, but after that you'll skip to 6. Yeah, well. All 3 of their mocktails have non-alcoholic Prosecco. Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about.
Hey, how about that? I've got a few things I've got to ask you too.
What is it?
It's like both you and him. How is it the two of you always manage to have some cute or hot girl by your side?
I assume you're referring to Phoenix Wright. Now, in my case, I'm running around with Francesca, who's at least 19. Larry, you're 25, so you're too old to be sniffing around a 19-year-old. And then there's Maya Fey, who, 17. I think she turned 18 by the end of the game. The previous game, she was 18 by the end. 17 in the first game. 17, Larry. Larold. She was 17. Is Larry in Investigations too? Yeah. He reprises the, he's trying to be a children's book artist again. He's like Laurice Du Nim or whatever his name is. But he's absolutely in Investigations too.
And Franzi, what about that promise you made me?
Oh yeah, I did forget this. In the previous game, Francesca promised to be the star of a children's book he was working on because, you'll never believe this, she whipped him a lot and he was into being whipped, and she kind of liked that he was into being whipped. No comment really on that. You can draw your own conclusions.
Promise? What promise?
Remember you said you would model for my next book, Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip.
I forgot it was called Francie's Whippity Whip Trip. Yeah. Larry, you're a true hero. Yeah. Larry's a something.
Ow! I made no such promise.
You kind of did.
Ever since grade school, we've had a certain saying about Larry. When something smells, it's usually the butts. A sentiment I think Clover can agree with. When something smells, it's usually the butts. One needs look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. Clover, you say, meh. Admit there is something comedically, like, incompetent about Larry. It's funny how bad he is at everything. Maya was assumed to be born in 99 in games, so her age ranges from 17 to 28. Whew. Larry, fuck off. Yeah, 99. I'm older than Maya. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Laurice Dunim now? That's Duxnim! Laurice Duxnim! I was gonna say, there's an X in there. I remember that, because I couldn't decide how I would pronounce the X. Laurice? Laurice. Duxnim. Get that straight in your head, Edgy. Ow! Now I remember. Hey, Clover agreeing with her fucking queen, Francesca here. You're that rude, pale imitation of a real artist. No, you've got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Laurice business. Besides, when Banjolina left me and my heart in pieces. She's my queen as well. I mean, anyone who abuses Larry is a hero, so. That's when Mindy walked into my life. She's been so good to me, I wanted to help her in some way. I figured I could through the Steel Samurai outfit. Your inane blathering makes less and less sense each time we meet. I love that Francesca hates him a little bit. I believe he's saying he picked up this part-time job as a Steel Samurai so that he might attempt to capture the heart of the actress that plays the Pink Princess. You got it! I knew you'd know what I meant, Edgy. Not really. It's not so much I understood, but simple deduction based on your usual modus operandi, Larry. Oh, Larry. How many relationships has Larry been in? Oh, fuck. Every time we meet him, he's got some girlfriend he met off screen, so I don't know. Did you know that Butt's an actual surname? Yeah. It's true, Butt is a real surname. Yeah, like in his imagination or for real. Yeah, because he would include, like, Francesca and Maya in that, but they've obviously never been in a relationship. For real? He did have a girlfriend in the very first time we met him. She was the murder victim, and he was accused of murdering her. He didn't, obviously. But, like, that's the only one I can think is confirmed to be a real relationship somebody had with Larry. He had a girlfriend the first time we met him, and every other woman has been like this fictitious individual we simply have never met or is obviously not interested in him. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight.
Confess? Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too.
Nonsense, I don't believe you have the mental acuity needed to plan and execute a murder. I love this. This guy's been in 3 fucking games worth of war, and already Clover is like, yup. Yup. What he just said, true. Larry sucks, but what he said is true. 6. Well, I'll be damned. However, we are talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. For past experience has taught me you are always the center of some insane event.
Edgy, how can you be so mean, stabbing me with your words like that?
Unfortunately, I don't have time to search out a key and unlock your heart. Wow, that's a deep cut to the 3rd game. I suggest you cooperate and tell me what you know.
Okay, I get it.
There are 6 broads dumb enough to date Larry? Yeah, apparently. Apparently.
to stop Franzi from whipping me from behind. So I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy?
I can't even begin to imagine. However, give me the info. I imagine whatever you're up to was probably beyond my imagination. Tell me what exactly you did, Larry.
Nope. Fuck! It will take more than that to loosen my lips. A lot more! Confess, now. Okay, well, I was up on the roof. Why? Why were you up on the roof? Oh, you know, that Wintry custom and the legendary hero. What? Legendary?
Hero!
What the fuck are you talking about? God damn it, Larry! I hate you! Ah! What is your problem? What's wrong with you? He was Santa in one. Was he? No! Right? No, he was! He was dressed as Santa at the lake! Oh, God, because it was Christmassy. Oh, fucking Christ, I remember. Oh. Oh, Larry. Larry, you son of a bitch. Case 5. Case 4. Case 5 is, Damon Gant and Lana Sky and all that. He's not in that case. Remember, the first 2 games only had 4 cases. It was almost Christmas. True, it was almost Christmas. The first 2 games only have 4 cases. Case 1 added a 5th case for the DS release. Or Game 1 added Case 5 for the DS release. Santa Claus. Santa Claus. Oh, that thing he does. So I climbed up onto one of the chimneys. When I got there, there was smoke pouring out of the chimney. And well, I couldn't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So I gave up.
Objection! Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right?
Of course I know. I didn't graduate from junior high, you know.
Yeah, that tracks. And they should also understand this. If Santa was real, he would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. Well, I guess, yeah. I don't see how that's relevant.
Ah, crud.
It is your attempt to imitate Santa that has landed you as a prime suspect in this murder.
Come on, man. What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa?
Objection! Let's start with the fact that it will be the Ides of March in a matter of hours!
He's not wrong.
Santa only visits home on December 24th! That's in December, you nitwit!
No! Wait a second, we're not in court.
Unbelievable. This fucking guy. Larry, you suck so much. Maybe that gummy and grapefruit were dumb. Wait till you meet Larry. Yeah! Even the judge looks at Larry and goes, "My God, what a useless human being you are." We had used LA Noir knowledge to solve this arson.
Oh, yeah. God, it's been ages since I've played LA Noir. I want to replay that for the Xbox and get all the achievements. I have all of them on 360. The biggest one is driving every car. Interesting fact about that. Because LA Noir on the 360 was across 3 CDs, yeah, kids, back in the day, games came on CDs, and there were sometimes multiple CDs. Not every car is on every CD, so you could abuse the game if you went into, like, the automobile showcase and looked at the car you were missing, and then booted up the CD that had that car. Because the data for that car was already loaded, it would spawn that car in.
great cheese. Not sure how it would work on Xbox now when it's all digital and they only have one CD. But that is how I got that achievement back on the 360. Larry, about the samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon.
Oh, that. Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room, you know.
So-called Clover, have you been around? Because Larry's been dropping some insane bullshit. And you have not commented on it. Larry's like, he was practically a tripping hazard in hell. It's a fucking miracle he didn't die from some freak accident or a brutally violent murder. True. No, you haven't. Yeah, I could tell, otherwise he'd be commenting on it. This dude, he was on the roof of an embassy because he was trying to imitate Santa Claus in March. He wanted to be Santa in March, which is why he was on the roof of an embassy going down the chimney. Yeah. You also missed a whole conversation where he was talking with Francesca about him writing a children's book about her, being Franzie's Whippity Whip Trip. That was the name, I'm not making it up. It was Franzie's Whippity Whip Trip. And she just whipped him a bunch and called him an idiot. And I'm like, oh, Francesca being Clover's hero right now, abusing Larry. You missed a lot of Larry lore. Yes, apparently you did.
And well, I totally forgot about it, left behind when I left afterwards.
Your spear? Major kink? Oh, Larry being whipped? 100%. He asked us to have Francesca stop whipping him from behind, which sounds like he's fine with her whipping him in front.
What about talk about shock? I was most shocked at all when I heard it killed someone. Shocked! Foolish looking, especially foolish for foolishly stating a foolish excuse.
Whipping idiots. Getting whipped by Francesca, because she's ridiculously attractive.
You forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a tale?
Sorry, Miss Von Karma, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, they're referring to the spear that's massive and currently on screen behind Edgeworth. That massive fucking spear. If anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry.
Edgy, you believe me? I just knew our friendship is something special.
Anyway, even if Larry simply forgot the sword, excuse me, and left it behind, that in no way clears his name, which means I'll have to prove his innocence from a different angle. Tell me about this note. Oh, wow. You didn't look at it.
That's because the only thing I can see right now is the lovely Franzie.
Oh, in that case, allow me to help you sear my form into you for all eternity.
Ah! Whippity whip trip!
See? Now this is a trip I'm willing to endorse, especially if we can finally get some peace here. Maybe the samurai dog? No, he doesn't know anything about the samurai dog. Fucking Larry. Fireplace? That's where the dog got it from. Can I talk to the dog? Woof. Oh yeah, Damask II, there in the bottom right. He was a crappy copycat of Damask. Ron Delight. He was a much bigger help than I thought he would be. Yes, however, there are a few aspects I don't understand about what he found. In that case, you should keep on investigating until you do understand. Now, as subordinates, continue with the investigation. Right, I will. With great dread, I proceed and do what must do to solve the case. Now, I guess can I present you the samurai dog? You're somewhat known for that. Oh, I don't have it. Oh no, there it is. Nothing, really? Remember an Ace Attorney dating sim you'd romance Francesca?
It's a good choice. I'd probably romance Edgeworth, because I'm incredibly basic. Stalker standing request. What else do I need to talk to her? Oh, Lang. This game with the. Oh, I have logic points. Hold on.
In the Bobbly's embassy too, right?
I did. Is that a problem?
As long as he says a wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once. I believe your idiom requires he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither. A real wolf can catch both. I see. What you're trying to say is, seeing as how I'm currently handling 2 cases. See yourself, don't say I didn't warn you.
Undershirt next door. Use the fireplace.
This seems like a point.
I use fireplace and smoke. And there's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Ahem. Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected with this fireplace. At least according to Larry. There's a contradiction of the facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There is testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at that particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? Ah, I see. What you're proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbag's fire. So basically, the fireplace of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you're implying? Precisely.
A shared chimney. Francesca would whip anyone that tried to romance her, unless you're a blue shirt wearing Phoenix. Edgy ain't interested.
True. And I mean, a lot of people ship Maya and Francesca. I don't agree with that ship. I think Maya and Francesca is... They don't... Listen, I'm all for 2 women making out. But Maya and Francesca just don't have any chemistry that I see. Like, there's a little, if I'll be honest, specifically revolving around Maya's kidnapping. But I think Francesca is far more appropriately shipped with Adrian Andrews. And Maya, I just don't see as someone I ship with anyone. But that's just me. Next Nintendo Direct will be very third-party based. Good. I'm so sick of major party developers. I want to see indie games and third-party based people.
Ah! Very good to go excited over holding onto a lady's undergarment. Miles Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug. If you know the owner of that undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This is evidence. Then the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. Yet despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt. You seriously claiming it somehow passed through solid brick wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that 2 fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps go look at the back of the fireplaces in order. There's an extremely obvious X on the brick wall of this fireplace. Let's see if I can't get a better look at it. Ah. What in the... The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect the room to the neighboring room. The neighboring room? There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. In fact, there's nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. In fact, there's a secret passageway through the room's fireplace. We now know the fireplace connects the 2 rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the Mask of the Second's killer, now are you?
No, she couldn't move at all because of a stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe. And this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with Damascus II's murder. Ah, that's investigation complete. Nice. It would appear the answer has made itself known. You're making quite... I forgot you were here, honestly. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Suggesting undies got carried from one fireplace to another via shared chimney is a bit of a stretch. Well, there you go, Arg. There's a rotating wall. Bit less of a stretch now, isn't it? Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any argument you might have. Very well, then, if you are prepared, I'll show exactly where my deductions have led me.
Good. I'm counting on you, Edgy.
Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack would be to expose your lie for what it really is.
My lie!
Silly Larry. I know that there's still something you keep from the rest of us.
What's wrong with you? Why is it you won't believe me no matter what I say, Edgy? Curse you! I should just hurry up and die already if that's how it's gonna be. I'll confess to every murder in the whole world and then kill myself.
What the fuck? Rated T for teen, by the way.
And throw everything into mass confusion.
You made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. Yeah. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Shut up.
Even if you make that face at me, it's no use. A man who's ready to die is strong-willed, you know?
Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of hair-brained trouble you've caused. I only ask you to not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some insipid lie, I will never forgive you.
Edgy.
Although, allow me to say, that I consider you to be among the innocent in this case. And that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this.
All right, this time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, the works.
Just what happened will do. Now then, if you will please testify as to what you did on the roof tonight.
Oh, Harold. After the show, I left the pushcart in the rose garden and came into the embassy. Took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. After that, and until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know? Then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try.
There, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore.
But it's kinda ultra embarrassing.
And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me?
Edgy, man, I just said it was embarrassing. So of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out for me. As a superior, I command to hurry up and expose this man's lie.
I have every intention to, for I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifling matter. Oh, Larry.
Hold it!
Press everything. You left the pushcart. Could you please clarify that statement for me?
Yes, the wheels on the pushcart got covered in dirt from the rose garden. It would have made a mess on the floor inside. So Ambassador Alba said to just leave it.
That would be rather impolite to dirty another country's embassy.
Come to think of it, I recall seeing the Pink Princess on my way into the embassy.
And what was she doing?
Nothing in particular. She was being carted by some docs on a stretcher.
Was being incapacitated by the pain of a bad hip that she suffered during the show.
So I came to the embassy, right? And then...
To picture me shaking hands with the ambassador.
Hold it!
You shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Bast, did you?
Yeah, can you believe it? I ate something really cool for a change. But honestly speaking, there's nothing interesting about shaking some guy's hand. He's the ambassador of a country.
Hey there, are you disrespecting another country in their very own embassy?
As someone with roots in this country, I'm feeling nothing but incredible shame at this second. Agreed. I apologize for his inconsiderate words. Now, Larry, please continue.
What's with you all? You keep saying that kind of thing, and I'll tell you only lies.
Bloody telling us nothing but lies, so let it go and move on.
Oh, right already. You don't need to glare at me like that, Edgy.
God damn it, Larry. God, yeah, I shook the ambassador's hand. How fucking boring. Even Lang is like, dude, are you... What? Shaking hands with an ambassador was boring to you?
Hold it!
Larry, I want you to listen very carefully and take this to heart. The whole point of your life is to cause misery and pain to everyone you encounter. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Wow, though. Wow. It's so harsh, but it's so true.
I know, I get it. I'm totally the bad guy again.
I thought you were his friend. Don't you think that was a bit harsh? Yeah, once again, even Lang is like, hey, guy I hate. Wow, that was mean. Ang Zi says true friends are bosom friends. You're in trouble calling your bosom friend whose shoulder you can truly cry on.
Hey, bosom buddy, I hope you're listening carefully to that testimony.
Has it crossed your pea-sized brain yet, Agent Lang, who was only out to arrest you, Larry? God, Now then, you're wandering around inside the embassy, and then what happened? I love that even Agent Lang is like, hey, Edgeworth, that's a little mean. I hate you and I think you're scum, but like, damn, dude, maybe calm down a little bit.
Hold it!
I should hardly think the chimneys are that rare. Agreed, especially since they are a traditional feature of American houses. Yeah? Yeah. Plus, many grand buildings, even larger facilities, have even larger and fancier chimneys.
Yeah, but the kind of chimney I'm talking about is the really romantic type.
A romantic chimney.
It might sound kind of silly, but women seem to really enjoy them.
Hey, I'm gonna pause here for the ad. Women of the chat, do you guys like chimneys? You got a fucking chimney fetish? No. What are you saying Larry Butts, man about town, doesn't understand women? That can't be true, can it? Larry Butts doesn't understand women? Women seem to enjoy chimneys. I don't even know how that would work. Unless you have a very specific fetish for Santa Claus,
I really don't see. Yeah, okay, also if chimney is a euphemism for pussy. In-game. I don't see how women would enjoy chimneys. Euphemism for vaginas, or a very specific Santa Claus fetish. Anyway,
I had a good feeling about that chimney.
Hold it!
you suddenly wanted to play Santa.
Oh, well, actually, I dressed up as Santa once before already.
Yeah, that was the very first game.
I was down at Gourd Lake.
I'd appreciate if you wouldn't dredge up such an unnecessary memory for me. The specific moment he's talking about where he dressed as Santa at Gourd Lake, Edgeworth was accused of murder. So, he's not a fan. Not a fan. Sounds like you guys share a lot of history. A perk to being childhood friends, huh? Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know? I think it might be in a foreign embassy. Like, maybe it's a crime in a foreign embassy. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down a family's chimney, after all. Actually, it's worth delving into whether or not playing Santa's a big deal. Yeah, I'm gonna raise an objection because Larry's a fucking moron. I believe in the case of this man, playing Santa's actually quite a big deal. You're saying your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Lang, have you been paying attention? Do you think this man is any quality? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang.
Reggie, that's so incredibly mean.
Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world?
Of course I know that. I graduated from junior high, you know.
In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me to whom you were delivering a present to.
I was, delivering a present to a child, not basking in the warm glow of love?
Very convincing. The watery eyes are so cringe. Is that the only cringe thing you find about this man? Clover, his entire existence is built around being cringe. Like...
Objection!
That must be the most elegant description of you I've ever heard, but a lie is still a lie. People have dressed as Santa for crimes, true. Look at Black Christmas, the horror movie of Christmas. Or also, Santa's Sleigh, sleigh spelled S-L-A-Y. Or Silent Night, Deadly Night, to name a few. Black Christmas.
You should know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that?
The person you wish to deliver the present to is most certainly this. Well, it'd be Mindy, yeah? I mean, I guess it would be Oldbag? Something to say with Goldberg? Yeah. Grandma got run over by a reindeer. Shout out to Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. A Christmas special I absolutely saw on Cartoon Network a ton when I was a kid. The only thing I remember, Cousin Mel? Fucking hot. Like, hey, Cousin Mel might have been the bad guy. She was hot, so she can get away with it. Forgiven of all crimes, Cousin Mel was really hot. Grandpa and Grandma, they suck dick. But Cousin Mel? Chef's kiss. Love Cousin Mel. Exactly. You have to forgive cute ladies when they do things. There are 3 different Black Christmases, true. There's like one from the 70s. They had a remake in 2004 or so. And then there's a new one from like 2019 or so that's ridiculously... Okay. It's weird for me to say. The one from like 2019 is really, really woke. Like to the point that it's a problem. It's real like men are being possessed by a statue of a man to assault women. So women rise up to defeat evil Santa and an entire dorm. Yeah, that's the word. It's real white liberal tryhard. It's as someone who is absolutely, fuck the right woke. It's weird to say it's too woke, but it's really leaning into that white liberal tryhard, as Clover put it. Guy gets impaled by a Christmas tree? I mean, in one of them, I'm sure he does. I don't remember which one, though. As you said, there are 3 of them.
Take that!
Yeah, interesting tastes you have there, Mr. Suspect.
Don't spread lies about me. I totally didn't want to see Miss Oldbag so much that I'd try and go down her chimney. Ow!
I advise you to stop right there in your bashing of a lady. I don't know, it's Oldbag, so she has it coming. Well, I must admit, I myself hardly ever have the want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed under the wrong impression? Then what? Define wrong impression. This dude had no idea Oldbag was subbing in for Mindy. I mean that the man before you thought to enter the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is best summed up with this.
Take that!
Not that. Progress bar hasn't gone away. Maybe it's a substitution? It's clearly like that Oldbag was swapped out.
Take that!
Yeah, okay, it's a substitution, not the letter. That does make more sense. This is something the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl who normally plays the Pink Princess, Mindy, was it? It seems this man is quite taken with the actress.
But that's not true, Edgy. She's the one with the hots for me.
Of course that's what it is. Garbage Day! Shout out to Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. What a film! That movie is so insane. Because half of that film is just footage from the first film told through like the story of a guy giving an interview. But then the last like third or quarter of it or whatever is that guy being a lunatic. And that guy is such like a good lunatic. His delivery and like wild eyes are so perfect. The first like hour of that film sucks. But then the last 30 minutes or whatever, where he's not just recapping the first movie, but is doing his own thing, is insane. It's so batshit wild. It's like iconic and legendary. Silent Night, Deadly Night 2 is a weird movie, but it is worth watching at least once.
I just know it.
I'm sorry, what? She's the one with the hots for me.
I can feel her sexy beam piercing my heart when she's watching me.
What?
Sexy beam, I tell you!
Oh, good. He's doubling down on specifically sexy beam. Quote that? Hey, I'm just reading what Larry's saying. And he's real insistent in this teen-rated game, by the way, that it's a sexy beam. Oh, hey, they put Clover in the game.
You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume Clover agrees with that. A filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, fickle, idiotic, cowardly apparition of a man.
You haven't matured at all since we last met.
Well, it was a year ago. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Yes?
This guy. He's got bigger problems than getting involved in just murders, I take it. I suppose you could put it that way. Even Lang's like, this guy's a fucking weirdo.
Hey, what the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all. Why do you often make me out to be some sort of bad guy?
Because you suck.
To return to the original topic, I propose that at least this much be made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way into the Pink Princess's room. That much we know for sure.
Hey, Edgy. Looks like we're at the hang of this court thing now.
We're not in court at the moment.
Shut up! I see what's going on here, and it looks just like what you do in court.
I guess old boy here still has something he'd like to say. Lang, surely at this point you acknowledge that whatever he has to say is pointless and stupid. Wang Zi says until the root of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. Okay, but like, do you really want to give this guy a platform? You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen.
Alright, then get later listen to me defeat Edgeworth in a battle of wits.
Have you forgotten that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? Yeah, that's really like, hey, Larry, are you... You're arguing that you could have murdered a man. What are you doing?
So you think all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up on the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. Why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose?
Because you suck.
Someone say something!
Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this not as a confession, but as testimony?
So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that?
Larry, your argument... Larry, we Edgeworth, the player, are trying to say you could not have murdered this man, and you're going, yeah, I totally could have, actually. Even Lang is like, what? His hate for prosecutors has gone away for a moment because he's just looking at Larry and is like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? How is this helpful to you? What do you mean? Oh, Larry. You're an idiot. I have nothing better to do than humiliate yourself on a regular basis. Yeah, that sums it up, Arg.
My claim is a claim claiming my claim. What? Do you have a problem with that? So it was you! You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's wholly focused on one man. As long as Edgeworth was alive, I can't drop him and is unfaithful. No, I can't, although earlier I was tempted to team a bit with the Wolfman.
Oh, wow. Read this in a second, but she was into Wolfman.
Vote type of woman who's wholly focused on one man only, and as long as Edgy Poo is alive, I can't just drop him and be unfaithful. Although, earlier I was tempted to teeny whip by that Wolfman, but that was just a test of my love for my dear Edgy Poo, which I passed with flying colors. From now on, I will stay completely true to my beloved Edgy Poo and the rest of eternity, I swear.
Ahem.
Ah, I'm so inspired. You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man.
Once again, Francisca, not only saying what we're all thinking, but in particular, saying what Clover's thinking about Larry.
That right there Okay, yeah, she mean, yeah, like, yeah. Like earlier where Larry was like, I'm a hot-blooded, red-hot idiot of a man. That me. This is Clover, calling Larry an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man. Yeah, like, in Clover, do you kind of get it? His name is Larry Butts. He's literally the butt of everything. The joke, the punchline, the plot. You walk around and whip people with it too. I mean, hey, listen, I am a dumbass. I think even Clover, one of my biggest chatters to be like, hey, Token sucks. Even she would be like, no, he's not as bad as Larry. Even she would be like, yeah, I would absolutely whip Larry. Wouldn't just whip Token in real life. I would absolutely assault Larry and call him a worthless piece of shit. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point.
What do you mean? Of course you still got something to prove. You still have to show some proof I was trying to meet up with Mindy.
Proof, you say? Can I have a whip at work? Honestly, I don't know who would stop you. Like, Vicky, maybe?
Remember, Edgy, everything is evidence in court, right?
You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry? But I understand your point.
You see, I'm totally a pro at this now.
Very well, if you wish to see the evidence. Let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. Until the next game. God, fucking Larry.
Hold it!
Well, I've been saying that for a while now. After all, if not for that, then what other reason did you wish to go down that chimney?
You can't say that without evidence. That's against the rules, Edgy.
Knuckle back!
Thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mr.
Hold
Suspect.
it!
I have the evidence, and if you wish to see it that badly, I can introduce you to. Ah, but it's not good to keep them waiting, my subordinate. Hurry up and show them already.
Lies! All lies, Edgy.
If you wish to lie, then by all means continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's notice.
Ah, you won't get the better of me. Now let's see.
All I want to do is visit Mindy. Santa, climb chimneys, smoke really thick. Mistake me later for the speech. Because I'm a murderer. That's what you really meant. But I would have put myself through this humiliation on purpose. Is it the first fucking thing, and I just present the letter to Mindy? Like, don't we work at the Pentagon? Yes! I'm gonna assume you meant to say pretty sure. There's a few dudes armed to the teeth that might, mind somebody walking around whipping people. That's true. The Pentagon does have armed security. Clover bringing a whip into the Pentagon specifically to hit me. They might allow that, but, like, they would still question her at the very least.
Objection!
3 is out now. Ah! Somnium Files 3 is out now. I do still need... Wow, it was literally the first statement, by the way. I do still need to play the second one. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter.
Hey! Whoa, why are you showing that thing to me?
Vendi, I'll be descending upon you above tonight, your loving night. Jay has the rod of morale improvement. Yeah, well. He's also got that fist, right? Well, isn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? Not Jay? I don't know who else it would be. Jason. Ah. Trying not to... Oh, yeah, Jason. I mean, first names are meaningless, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing.
Objection!
You can pretend to be ignorant all you like, but it's written right here. Because that it proves you are not out to meet the old lady, but rather you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. The parcel letter shows the person Larry was intending to meet was Mindy. Here, his handwriting is just so shit. Even though this looks like it could be Wendy with an accent over the E, it's Mindy, and that's the dot on the I. Shout out to the localization team for that one, by the way.
Take that!
Good shit. Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again.
What the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English.
You wrote Mindy so sloppily, it became Wendy to the average eye.
Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing.
There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching. But that will have to wait until we're off this crime scene.
Edgy, save me from the scary man.
Sure, if you're willing to make amends, starting with your incredibly embarrassing mistake.
That wasn't me.
Come again.
It's a fake. Somebody's out to get me, so they made a fake letter. To set me up. Accept your defeat graciously. But you guys are being so mean.
Hold it!
Penmanship analysis.
What's that?
No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter.
I'll never write another thing in my life.
This guy fucking sucks. Larry, you're fucking shit. What do you mean? Oh my god. Hey, Clover, whatever you want to do to Larry, shoot him, whip him, whatever. We're all gonna look the other way while you do it.
Hold it!
It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. Cool. You've already provided me with a sample of your handwriting.
Take that!
This autograph and our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our questions soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure. Butts and Chris go together like shit in 3-star Michelin restaurant. Reminds you of Syed. Yeah, Larry sucks, but like he's supposed to suck. So he's the worst and you hate him, but there is like something a little bit endearing about him. You know what I mean? Like he's so the worst, but he's already the worst in universe that you're like, this guy's the worst. I'm sorry. I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head, Edgy. He finally confesses. I saw the Pink Princess being carried in a stretcher and got worried, all right? I wanted to go into Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me. So what choice I have? It was the chimney or bust, Edgy. Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney. What a criminally overactive imagination.
Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and stuck it under the door. That way she wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney.
Except for the fact that I was an utter failure at conveying that sentiment.
I'm really, really sorry.
Larry, you may be a shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. God damn, that's your friend, my guy. This is Larry's friend. And he's calling him a, quote, shameful, good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. God damn, dude. Like, I get it, he sucks, but maybe go a little easy on him. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me. Because at the very least, I can attest to that about you.
Edgy, you're... Ah! We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you. Ow!
In any case, I believe we can say that we now know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butts sought to climb down the chimney, not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door.
Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. I also find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet. So don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Ow! Hey, what? Reggie, what does the Wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet?
He means the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head.
That's exactly what I mean. You can't only rely on the words of the suspect, after all. We may have figured out where he was and what he was doing all night, but the bloodstained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene, as long as there's no satisfactory explanation for that, this Wolfer refused to ease up on his bite.
Tangentially related was checking his strengths wiki, and even they're like, yeah, Edge is a closeted Steel Samurai fan. And it's fairly obvious.
Ah! Actually, that guy looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me.
I'm well aware, and you should be as well. This upcoming battle will be crucial.
Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout.
Not hardly.
Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got.
I can easily point out the contradiction of the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble. But this is one game I can't afford to lose.
I was the one who found the body of the victim, Damask II. Besides him was a samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be in the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts, in here too.
Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership?
His owner wanted to sneak into the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you?
Hold it!
If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established.
Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Who's to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi?
You're accusing me of fabricating evidence?
You think I can't believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do.
Aren't you friends with, like, Francisco?
This man has some serious issues with prosecutors.
But come on, I can't think up something as complicated as that, right, Edgeworth?
Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. Average Lang knows nothing about you. Or me, for that matter. I sense his hatred for my entire profession emanating from his entire being. I mean, the only way I can prove Larry's innocent is to present irrefutable evidence. Yeah.
Yeah, if you knew Larry, you'd be like, okay. He's a dumbass, but he didn't kill anyone.
What about you, Ron Flex? You think Larry did it? Ron Flex, those are slurs. I'm gonna ask you to not say that.
Hold it!
So, you were the first to discover the body this time.
This time? What's that supposed to mean? You better watch what you say.
I only said this time because earlier Kay was the first to carry the body in the ball. And your secretary, Agent Shino, was ready to accuse her of murder for that.
So you are going to use that excuse to call me suspicious now?
Of course not. I was simply pointing out the usual pattern with discovery of bodies.
In the Bobbly's case, there was proof that she was holding the weapon. In this one, it's a bit different, since we know exactly where the weapon was.
Hold it!
Glittering red and offering up the scent of blood.
Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and the smell of blood, of course. And according to the tests, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. The sword was made to be only used on stage, so it's not sharp. But it's pretty weighty. It's certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect the victim was beaten to death with the sword.
Beaten to death, This last statement is too important just to slip by. Beside him was samurai sword covered in blood. Beaten to death with that thing. It was on stage. It was thought to be used to kill Damascus second. Unfortunately, we don't have an autopsy report for Damascus second.
Hold it!
About the samurai sword, have you received a report from forensics yet? They confirmed the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. Alright, but have they confirmed the outline of the wound is consistent with the weapon?
Tell me something. You see a dead body right there in front of you.
So, if they were conducting an autopsy right now, shouldn't the body not be here?
Well,
I suppose so. I guess I must still be investigating this room. Meaning it's possible he doesn't know about that piece of evidence's true nature.
anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No? Good. Let's continue.
So it's gotta be this, right? Distinctly Alabastian. He's gonna say he's thought he killed Maskit the Second. But even if it's not sharpened, like the blood for beating to death works. What I need is like an autopsy report. For like the statue, request some Oldbag, samurai dogs. What I would need is like the report of that guy of why he died, because I think they said they died from blood loss, not being beaten to death. But I don't have any evidence to suggest that is the problem.
Hold it!
Arizona testified he forgot to steal samurai sword here.
Yeah, I was shaking hands with the ambassador in here, and I left it behind by accident.
Not so fast!
So what? You lied over you. Who's to say this excuse isn't just another lie?
Where it was discovered in the other country embassy was presented first of the timeline of which the murder happens remains to be discovered. True.
I forget stuff all the time. Why did you tell him? Why don't you tell him yourself?
You see, what I said earlier. No one buys such a pathetically vague excuse. Yes, but I know it's not possible to prove such an excuse as truth.
And yet you offer it up as fact. You're a worse person than I originally thought.
Feel free to think what you like, however, I know that Larry is not the killer. Lang, please continue with your argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough.
Hold it!
Just because he's the owner of the weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it?
No, climbing all the way up the chimney is plenty suspicious in my book as well.
Objection!
Regarding that, I've already drawn the truth out, and the truth is one thing I don't bend.
Not so fast!
Doesn't matter if it's you or whoever, you prosecutors are all the same. As for me, prosecutors are one thing I don't trust in.
Objection!
Agent Lang, an agent isn't just prosecutors, what are you playing at?
Sorry, sis. But there are only two things I trust. My subordinates and evidence at the crime scene.
Lang hates prosecutors. As long as he trusts evidence that has been left at the crime scene, there's something I show him that he'll believe in.
Hold it!
Whoops. Pressed that. Meant to present something. Because that was a statement that was added, so... He beat the victim to death with that. Huh. That's this thing. Using stage thought to get Master Mask. Map, Oldbag, this. Drinks a fireplace. I mean, if I present anything, I guess it would be the sword or the spear? I feel like it's one or the other. This is a statement that was added. Beat the victim to death with that thing. I'll try the sword and then I'll try the spear. That's not the sword.
Hold it!
Wrong button.
Objection!
Yeah, it's a spear. Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? It's a long spear, right? We used to use those in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down, spear's a weapon of heroes throughout history. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. I don't think that's true. I think the whip is a slightly different category. So what's the point? You gonna tell me if the spear is the real weapon? No, I want you to take a good look at this section here. The way it's bent. Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit against this embassy earlier. And as you can clearly see, the insides of the steel samurai's weapon are hollow. In other words, replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow. Let alone multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon somebody to death. And yet, there's not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Aye! Oh yeah, sword and spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. I wish I'd make them out of better stuff, because the spear got bent. I was able to do my special early summer rain jab move. I got such an earful from the record of the play for not doing it in the show. The Steel Samurai special move was changed tonight because of him! Oh, Edgeworth. Yow! That's more than enough of your viney whimpering. Now, back to the topic of the spear. Most countries used spears back in the day. I mean, of course. Attaching a sharp thing to a long stick isn't exactly a difficult, unique thing to come up with. True. Let's turn to the real topic of discussion. This is where real gambles begin. I don't have a real strategy per se. So I can now is that the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks in place of real logic is hardly the avant way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Miss Von Karma, as you know, and like your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. But perhaps it's for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived the notion of convict all defendants in the first place.
Objection!
But a foolishly foolish statement from a foolishly foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of the prosecutor to make sure all defendants are found guilty in court. There's nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory.
Hold it!
That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but a perfect truth. And if it means the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth.
Not so fast!
Good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed the Master Second without bending it. What do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do here, right? And what you need. And of course, in evidence you can't refute. And it's time to bring this case to a close. Hardly. Why Larry Part 2? It is possible to use a steel samurai sword to kill someone. Under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. Search the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood was only on that weapon. Isn't it only natural suspicion will fall onto the owner of said weapon? How long do you intend to cling on to that preposterous theory? As long as I want, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we've left undone. We've managed to come up with only one logical conclusion. The only place inside the embassy with the victim's blood on it is this sword.
Hold it!
You left no stone unturned, is that a fact?
Not so fast!
If you've got something to say, then say it in the only way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, of course, and I guess allow me to make all of it crystal clear for you. Press
Hold it!
everything. I inquire as to how you're able to make such a claim, Agent Lang. Angzi says, capable of miracles beyond comprehension as a mysterious creature is mad. The man Agent Lang quotes without getting increasingly incomprehensible. Human body's a mysterious thing, even with a toy-like sword. It's easy to kill a man if you hit him in just the right spot. Which is why I think it's possible to kill with this thing without leaving
Hold
dead.
it!
Ha! You don't be sure one way or the other by seeing if the wound matches the sword. I know that. But as long as it's a possibility, I can claim it as much as I'd like. You nearly done today? True. Circumstances too.
Hold it!
But you must know that your conclusion is wrong. Given the circumstances I'm in, the only people I can trust are my subordinates. Because they're a much more trustworthy bunch than you prosecutors will ever
Hold
be.
it!
And you call yourself... Yeah. You call yourself a professional?
Not so fast!
You still don't see, do you, Mr. Prosecutor? You have to earn my trust. The only way to do that is show me proof of another possible murder weapon. Another possible weapon in this room. There's only one other thing left. It's going to be a gamble, but I can't withdraw from the game now. I can't be trust you on the power of your glare alone, you know. I have other reasons why I think the samurai sword's the murder weapon. Seems like this is the thing. The knife? Is definitely a bastion. Let's just carry across the country.
Objection!
Apparently not. Can't be the spear, it's not covered in blood. None of these are murder weapons, so...
Hold it!
The best way to find blood was on the samurai sword. That's right, even with loom and all. Which means there's no other possibility outside of what I've already outlined. No problem with Agent Lang's assertion? The steel samurai sword? Yes, objection. If you believe there is no other door of possibility left to be opened, allow me to force one open for
Not so
you.
fast!
How do you plan to do that?
manufacturing may possibly be in the real murder
Not
weapon.
the best.
The real murder weapon, I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of the embassy. They concluded nothing else could have been used as the weapon. Knowing these facts, you want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course. It's not possible men expected everything in the
Not
investigation.
the best.
What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games. I don't appreciate it when people like you slander my men.
Hold it.
Arguments with Hahachi? Yes, you have mentioned that. And I'm inclined to agree. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigative dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, there was something your men couldn't even lay a finger on. That item is the real murder weapon. Alright then, I'll play along for now. This real weapon that killed the Master Second. What exactly is it? Real murder weapon which not a single person has yet to touch. Knife?
Take that. Not the best.
No, it's not that. What about the other knife?
Take that. Not the best.
No, I guess not. The real murder weapon shot a single person who gets this touch.
Take that. Not the best.
It's not the spear.
Take that.
So you think it's a sword too, huh? Reggie, how could you not believe me? Oh, that is its own unique, its own unique, fail animation. I think I'm gonna,
Take that.
I said that. I'm gonna save here. So that if I game over, I'm not dropped back to the statue change position having to do with anything. Well, the man was stabbed to death, though, so no. Real murder weapon. It's not the knife or the other knife. It's not the spear or the sword. But not a person who gets touched. The real murder weapon. It would also help if I could really see, like, what the autopsy for her looked like. Because, like, I feel like a few people were there, right? Remember which not a single person has yet to touch. I feel like you tried the spear and the sword. And the knife and the key. The real murder weapon which not a single person in Alabaster has yet to touch is this. Was it the handle?
Take that. Not the best.
I might just look this up because I have no fucking idea. Yeah, legitimately no idea for this. Solid gold statue might be hollow inside, weapons might be hidden inside. Well, sure, weapons might be hidden inside. Even Googling is pretty hard. FAQ scroll to the bottom. Just talking about Santa. God, I genuinely don't know. Real murder weapon, which not single person gets to touch. I don't want a game over, so I'm like wondering what the fuck this is. History investigations. The beginning. Samurai. Why Larry? Samurai. There's assertion. I don't know what we're on is the problem. I also can't back out of this, it seems. Whoopsie daisy. Autograph. Huh. This samurai spear? What? I thought I did that.
Take that! Not so fast!
Yeah, mistaken. Checking the guide myself and it says the statue. Huh. Yeah, well. Twitch has been going off. Apparently a solid gold statue be hollow inside. What? Reload save? I mean, I can't at the moment, but I will be reloading the save. All I could do for him, well, I mean, it's fucking Larry, so he has it coming.
The truth was lost for all eternity. Fucking Larry. Retry? Yeah, retry the current scene. Easy. Full health bar. The real murder weapon. Okay, so... that not a single person has yet to touch. Just provide a statement. What? Press statement 3 and raise an objection. Yet to touch. The statue? What?
Take that!
What? It's the Prima Duck statue? The National Treasure of Alabasta. You mean the Prima Duck statue? Yes, as you know, only the ambassador and his secretary may touch it. Yeah, so why are you bringing it up? Neither you nor your men were able to examine it.
Not the back!
I mean, I guess not, but the man was stabbed to death. You don't stab someone with a statue. You know very well if he did, there'd be an international incident. Not the burn statue, but yeah, like, it was moved, but the man was stabbed to death. He wasn't stabbed with a statue. Two countries' precarious relationship teeters in the balance over a stupid fight related to the sovereignty statue. I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined.
Hold it!
Lang, if you could take a look at this. The Rexon statue was facing just before and after the crime are different. There's only one conclusion I can draw from that. Go look for Ambassador Alba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. You can't listen to this infidel's words. He's most definitely trying to trick you. Shifu, be rational about this. Langzi says, just go already. Yes, sir. Yeah, like... I'm probably gonna save and be done here, but like... He was stabbed to death, not bludgeoned to death. How is the statue, like, with no blood on it, by the way, the secret murder weapon? That's... what? That doesn't make any sense. There's no blood on it. There's nothing to suggest he was killed by blunt force trauma. It was the statue. Like, what? Add near the end of the stream. Yeah, funny that. I'm absolutely ending the stream here. Whoop. Sorry. I don't know. I feel like that was stupid. Because a weapon statue wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I agree. If there was a hidden weapon in the statue, that would be something. But... at the very least, they should be saying that the guy who died to blunt force trauma, not stabbing. Stabbing is like, well, then obviously it was the sword or the spear or something. Blunt force trauma would be like, ah, well, he was clubbed to death with the statue, and that's why it's moved. They didn't do that. I was just supposed to go off the fact the statue had been moved. Nothing suggesting that was related to the murder, the statue having moved. And just be like, oh, the statue moved. Clearly that's important to the murder of a guy who was stabbed to death. A statue rotated 90 degrees. I don't buy it. I find it stupid. But, either way, that's gonna be it for me for a hot minute. It's nothing new. True. That's gonna maybe for a hot minute. I'll be back on Thursday. Will I? Hold on. No, next Thursday is the 31st, actually. The 31st of July, we're doing a Barbie game, just to, acknowledge Barbie month. I still don't know what it is, but I'll be back with this game on Friday. Love you all. Be good. Be good people. Toodle pip. Good night, everybody. Sometimes this game logic is a fuck. Toodles.